Hello YouTube, Gibby here. I wanted to bring up a topic of professional gaming or esports, however you want to look at it. I prefer professional gaming because it does sound a little bit better and obviously more professional. I wanted to talk about the future of it and if it is something viable. And well, first off, I think it's going to be a very bright future for professional gaming. Maybe not soon, but eventually it will become mainstream. And there's some various reasons behind that. First off is that we need older generations to start to fade away. And by fade away, I mean die. I actually had this discussion with my mom the other day. The main thing with the older generations is they're typically the one you see talking about, well, you and you goddamn kids and your video games. That generation needs to go away. And I mean, we don't need to kill them off. That's not what I'm saying at all. Eventually, because they're the unaccepting ones right now. They're the ones that are holding it back. And that's typically like the 40 plus range. Yeah, sure, there are gamers in their 40s and 50s and 60s, but it is such a small percentage that they have no say in their age group. However, my generation, I'm 24 years old, almost 25. My first system was a regular Nintendo. And that was the shit back in the day. And my generation was the first one that actually was brought up around video games. And with that comes the more general acceptance. Like I grew up playing Super Nintendo with my buddies, playing Mortal Kombat and NBA Jam, things like that, going to the arcade. Those were all the cool things to do and are accepted by my age generation. And that has transcended down to the younger people as well. Like the 12 to 15 and even younger. I mean, I know some people that I work with at my day job where their kids already have an Xbox and they're like 5, 6 years old. Maybe they're not playing Call of Duty or Battlefield, but they are in front of a TV screen playing video games. And if they see something on TV with video games, it hooks them. So once the older generations are getting older and have less say, our age range will take over and have that majority say. And that's the first step to general acceptance of it. Next up is that we need a major network to begin covering more. Currently we have G4 and some other variations of gaming TV stations, but they aren't mainstream. At least for me, I don't have G4 unless I order it separately, which I did. But it's not like an ESPN, it's not like a CBS, ABC, anything like that. And video games typically aren't covered on those networks. But recently, I do stream on Twitch. I got an email that said that Twitch has signed with CBS Interactive, which I'm not really sure what that is right now, but what I could see it being is a branch of like a video gaming network that CBS will start covering. I think that is very important for that because it gets more credible visibility for the unaccepting generations and things like that. That can help, put us in the right direction of professional gaming becoming mainstream. So that is extremely important that one major network, which it looks like CBS is trying to take the initiative there. It's an untapped market that maybe isn't huge right now, but it is growing rapidly. And whoever jumps on it first, they're gonna take the cake and make bank on it. It's just that one executive guy needs to make a decision and go with it, and they won't regret it at all. And that from there on, that will make it a mainstream discussion on anything. Who knows? If CBS does go through with that, it could be like a Sports Center TV show, at the odd times of the hour showing highlights of guys playing StarCraft 2, Battlefield, sweet clips of the day. You never know. And it just opens up the doors for so many more people, whether it's YouTube commentators, anything. It just opens up so many doors. All right. And then from there, current sports will eventually start to die. I hate to say that because I am a huge sports guy. Minus basketball. I hate NBA. I love college basketball. But like the NBA, I'm from Wisconsin. No one goes to Milwaukee Bucks games. Nobody. It is a dead thing. The only time that they are sold out is when like the Heat come to town or somebody big. But other than that, nothing. The NFL is a perfect example. If going on right now are all the concussion talks and things like that about, hey man, concussions are killing people. And they're doing autopsies of people like Junior Seau just killed himself. If they study his brain, I'm sure they'll find like permanent brain damage. Kids aren't playing football anymore. They're going and playing other sports because their parents don't want their kids to die. And actually, a kid died on my football team in high school because of a head problem. No, I guess it wasn't a hit, but nevertheless, it was a head problem that could have been caused by that. I'm not sure. But eventually, there won't be enough people going to the NFL, good players going to the NFL, and eventually that'll start slowing down, and who knows, it could die. It could even die more recently because of all the head problems that are going on. Baseball, it's not a good example. Baseball is not really dying. It's America's pastime. I don't see that ever really going away. But the other thing with professional sports is that athletes nowadays are dickheads. I mean, how many athletes do you see out there are good role models nowadays? You see like Ron Artest or Meta World Peace or whatever the fuck his name is, being a total dick and beating up fans and shit like that. I remember seeing that live. It's a bunch of thugs now, and it's just such a bad state of sports. If you guys have ever seen the movie Basketball with the guys from South Park, watch the introduction to that movie. It is perfect. It talks about how sports care more about celebrations and not about the execution of plays, and how it is just killing the sport. And then that's how the movie Basketball segues into a backyard game becomes big. Same exact thing can happen with professional video game playing. And then with that, professional gaming doesn't require a raw physical talent. Sure, it does help to have like an enhanced response time or something like that you might be born with. I'm not sure if that even exists, but it helps you get in the right direction by practicing. Like any game that you pick up and start playing, you're going to suck at. Same thing with baseball, football, basketball. You're going to suck when you start. But professional gaming, you don't have to be 7 feet tall and have a 34-inch vertical to make it. You have to practice your ass off and become good at the game, and sometimes even outsmarting opponents. A little 4 foot tall dorky kid could beat up the jock in a video game. And that's just the beauty of professional video games, or just video games in general. You don't need to be a monster or have that physical ability to do it. Sure, having 2 hands certainly helps, but that's beside the point. But those are just some main things that I see coming up in the future for professional gaming. I think it's going to be a very bright future, and now is a perfect time to bust your ass and try to do something with video games. Don't rely on it solely as a career, because that's not a good choice right now. I mean, go out, get a degree, do something good, and do what you can with video games. I mean, you don't have to rely solely on one thing. I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll become a YouTube partner someday and make $20 a week. I don't know. It's just extra income. You never know what's going to happen. But just keep working hard no matter what you do, and good things are going to happen. But that's all I wanted to say about professional gaming. If you have any comments, leave it down below. I'd be happy to chat. I'll post down my Twitch information, my Facebook and Twitter all as well. So feel free to hit me up on there, ask me questions, or give me suggestions for future commentaries. But other than that, YouTube, I appreciate it, and have a great rest of the day.